What's going on, my little paisanos? It's Mama Luigi, and I'm here to tell you a little story. No. What's poppin', Peeps? Here's your boy Coops here. Sorry I am really late at getting this out, because I know, as of now, the peak for Storm 4 kind of died. I know a little bit of hype was kind of brought up again, with some actual DLC for a year-old game now, but, the two villains that should have been playable from the start, Kinshiki and Momoshiki. Unfortunately, nobody else, but they are there available for $6.99 in any shop you get on Steam, Xbox, or PSN. Though, just to let you know, for the PSN store, for those who are still having troubles, though I doubt it because people probably figured it out. But just in case if you were like me and were stumped forever, because you had the original release of Storm, but it was the Road to Boruto storefront, you can get it there and it'll still work for you just fine. It's how I'm playing it right now. So, in this video, I just do my best bass, drop the bass, like I did right there, and Kinshiki did the dab. It's almost like timed right there. He's hip with the kids, even though he's old. He's cool enough. I do my best kind of show off a basic representation of these guys. I have not played Storm in a while, so I'm going to be rough, honestly. In fact, I had to dip this AI to normal, even though I'm normally very comfortable on playing it on very hard. But let me just repeat basically a few times. Basically, because I know I was saying basically a lot there at the beginning. Again, bad at this talking. Just let me try my best, even though it's post-commentary. Just breathe. Whew. Okay, we're back in here. So, just to give you kind of my thoughts on Kinshiki, I do feel like he is the better of the two. He's less flashy than Momoshiki, but I feel like he performs better, especially his up combo. I love his up combo. You guys have probably seen it. The one where he does the little twirly thing. The down one that I did right there again was pretty much the one that he started with in the Road to Boruto DLC, was his only one, and the other combos that I tried to show off of. Again, I give like most of the combos off here and there, and mostly what they can do. I think there's a few things like I think, for example, first bit here, I like this showing off his grab, but I get that off later and whatnot. The only difference I know with Kinshiki that I didn't show off, by the way, this is a special. I'll get into what I didn't show off with Kinshiki once we just kind of let this settle in, because this ultimate is gorgeous, especially the end bit here. Well, once he's like, payback for the horn that you didn't destroy because my model still has it, and then boom, it like splits the mountains, the earth, and even the sky. That's glorious right there. But okay, so back to it. The only thing I didn't show off with Kinshiki was in the older version of the Road to Boruto DLC that he's not playable, his normal special would be like these little blade things that he shoots out, and then he does a really two slow swings. Here they just made his jutsu just the one swing, and the little blades he send out is now once you awaken, tap too. That's pretty much a basic gist of Momoshiki. Again, I'll talk more base bones about it when we get in here, because there's an end bit where I do them on a team, and no, they don't have team ultimates, unfortunately. CC2 weren't that creative when they decided to bring the bare bones work, especially considering that both Konohamaru, Bubblegum Kid, who I don't remember, I mean, he's not popular, but if you have his modeling, you might as well pick him. And I think it was Shikidai was his name. They still aren't playable. They like made this DLC. I mean, they got the two more important ones of the 5 finished, but they still should have went all in. I mean, maybe if this is a sign that it does well, you know, does better than their Shinobi Striker series has done with this one DLC, they might come in and finish more and actually, you know, go in and maybe make more characters. I mean, it's proven if you just go DLC pass route, like, you know, Mortal Kombat is doing, Tekken is doing, Street Fighter is doing to ensure. I don't know. I don't think Street Fighter doing that. Or Streets of Fighter. Yes, I can English good. But oh, and Xenoverse 2. This game had gotten Xenoverse 2 treatment. So good. So, but to back up a little bit, those combos that you saw there before, I don't know why I did that dumb troll spin, but I'm just having fun with it. I was having fun. But the one combo that you saw where you did like the death ball kind of thing, that was his down, like the only combo he did have in the previous DLC, and they went ahead and finished him off. Now, I do kind of struggle in this part, and I think Naruto ends up getting the ultimate off on me. And spoiler alert, I don't get the ultimate with Momoshiki here. I get it at the team one, but not necessarily here, because again, Rusty doing pretty bad, unfortunately. But I do show off something inadvertently that I think is important to say, but we'll get to that when we actually, after we see my ass get kicked by this guy here. But, yeah, so, again, didn't really finish the other ones. And then also they actually added grown-up costumes for, like, the other members of the Konoha, whatever you call them. And then Gar's brother and sister, Tamari and Kankura. Now here's why. I'll go back on the costume thing in a second. I'm jumping all over the place, I'm sorry. So his awakening is the demon form. The other like character that wasn't fully playable. And again, is it kind of a cop-out? Yes, but I get it. So it's like, okay, if that wants to be his awakening, it's fine, whatever. They can do what they want, I guess. So it doesn't hit me as hard that that's not a playable character, but at least it's being used in some fashion as an awakening and not kind of a boring awakening like Kinshiki has. So I'll take it. It's fine that they did it that way. Whatever. Works for me. But yeah, no, they do have costumes. I don't show that off here because there's no point. It's just different costumes for like what Shikamaru, Shoji, Ino, Hinata, Kiba, Shino, Tenten, Rock Lee, not Neji because he died, and then Tamari and Kankura. And it's so lazy, they don't even change like the profile, like pics of them. They're still like, the basic ones from back when they were like teens or whatever. It's pretty bad. So, and here's where I'm kind of coming back, showing off the grabs and whatever. I should be saying that's his tilt. This is his down combo. This is his up combo. But again, you guys have been around, probably seen it all by now. You probably know how the characters work and have gotten them yourselves or whatever. But I will say this small little bit of DLC had me hyped for a little while for Storm. It did give it a little bit of an energy boost. Unfortunately, I haven't really heard nothing from it now again, so it's probably went and died now. But it did. It goes to show if they would just keep up with this game, add some of the Boruto characters, maybe finally get around to finishing some of the Naruto characters people actually want. The Mist ninjas, the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, the big agencies for when they wanted to finish. The Gold and Silver Brothers, I'm forgetting the names right now, but they were like story enemies, and Storm 3 were another one that like people wanted to finish, but that was back with the whole revived Kage kerfuffle that, you know, CC2 and then didn't want to finish and whatever. Again, they both play fantastic. Going back more Momoshiki, he's the more flashier of the ones, the one that's more visually appealing, even though his special I don't think is as good in Shiki's, but still his combos are a lot more flashy. Fucking ass over here doing avatar shenanigans. But Momoshiki's just the more effective brawler kind of dealio, if that makes any sense. So, and then again near the end here, I'm gonna like do the special. He's gonna like live with 1 HP, and I'm gonna just flow up trying to end it with the special again. So again, apologize for the mediocre subplay, you know, subpar gameplay. Subplay game par is what I wanted to say. But you all, for the few of you that do stumble on this, you can go ahead and put in the comments, "You suck ass, you're stupid, go kill yourself," in those exact words. I hope to see it. But yeah, I mean, they're great characters, a lot of them. I'm just happy that we're finally finished. It was just a thing that made me so sour with the Road to Boruto DLC. It's still a little miffy that, you know, Konohamaru and Shikadai and Bubblegum Kid, I still don't know his name, I'm sorry, that they didn't get finished even though they were in the game, but this was like a step in the right direction. They didn't need to do this. I think they only did this because they released the Switch version. They decided to finish them and whatever. So again, it was something that didn't really need need to be done. I mean, it should have been done in the first place, but at least it's there. I still should have said that it shouldn't have been like $6.99 front gate. I think for people with the other versions, it should have been free for like a limited amount of time, like that, like a month or so. And after people didn't get it, you know, then charge them for it, because obviously they didn't have the game at the time, so whatever. But again, they're both great. It sparked life for a few seconds in Storm, and now it's probably dead again. But I hope maybe if the analytics for the DLC for these characters were good, and you know, the Storm series kind of alive for that moment, maybe people and Bandai will see this and just go ahead and expand Storm even more. Maybe we'll even see a new one for the new consoles whenever this pandemic thing blows over. Who knows? But thank you all for watching my spacey commentary video, and I hope to see you all for another thing that I decide to do, whatever that is.